hands. What are you doing?
Starting it again. Going off. My husband just touched a little bit. My picture's going.
No.
Picture's doing the same thing. My picture's saying, "Oh, okay, you're going. I'm gonna go."
No, that's not true.
Try to hurry as fast as I could. Okay. Try to hurry. I just want people to see what I'm drawing, so people don't get like, I don't see anything that she does. I didn't see any picture that she ever did. How she did it. I always gotta look to see.
No, what am I gay?
What it is that I was doing before. Young people, I've seen people talk back behind me, so don't blame me. I mean, all young people talk like
Yellow bones.
I mean, when you were young, you talk that way. If you're still young,
yes, I hate them. But
and if you're younger, you're gonna talk, have some talks like, and what is he or she talking about?
No, I mean maybe.
Excuse me. See, I'm yawning a little bit. You didn't see that because I don't have my face. Medication is just saying, whoa, But I'll be counting it out in about an hour. So you better be ready for bed, in bed. Time for you to brush your teeth.
I don't know about you, Diego, but I'd rather have yellow bones. They have that. No, actually, my garbage. I wouldn't.
Make her tongue bigger. Make her tongue. Okay, so she's
that guy.
Now, I'm not. Maybe I won't have room for her legs, but hopefully the arms and stuff like that. Which I need to profess that. I gotta check. Okay. So I get a little peeved, and if you look at it, what makes me so angry is that.
Oh yeah, that prank where
he get to a point where if say somebody committed a crime and he happens to be black, is it always a question?
Yeah.
I mean, they don't do that in Chicago. There's always black and black crimes in Chicago. And I don't know if they'll go so far as to gangs saying Kumbaya.
Yeah.
And say, you got something going here, Chief, because this was always my problem.
Say so.
I'm black and I'm appreciated. We here, we're here we're human beings, and we've forgotten that. We all have forgotten that. We launch into this campaign for Black Lives Matter. We've all lost that we were human beings. We were created by God. And if you know me and heard me before, I painted that picture of sin. It's because of sin all this is coming about. It is truly because of sin. Nothing but the sin stuff, the sticky stuff. And the only one that can wash that away is Jesus Christ, his death on the cross for us. Jesus, because God loves us so much, he loves us so much that he brought his only begotten Son. And let me remind you that our Father, our God, my God, he came in the image. So you could say it was he, God, that put himself in that image suffered, because Jesus is God, and put himself in that for us, just for us. Isn't that amazing? Just for us. Basic instructions before leaving earth. It's the Bible. And he put that for us. For us. Not because he wanted to show vain. He could, because he is God. But because he loves us. Because he loves us. And I tell my kids, keep focused, that no, it is all about God. It's not about you. So if a person doesn't like you, say this person you really like that don't like you. It could be a friendship. It doesn't have to be a boyfriend relationship. It could be just that I like this person, and I want that person to like me, and that person doesn't like you. Is it the end of the world?
I've had before, but I prefer like in the cone.
It's not the end of the world.
I like the stick.
It's not the end of the world, because that person that you want to like you is not your creator. That person is that God created that person as well. So I mean, really, people get stuck on other people, and really, you shouldn't. I would tell my boys that, you don't like you, go on, go your way, and they go theirs. Don't care so much. Don't give them credit. One thing, what I agree, I don't agree totally with that program. I'm not going to say it out loud, but anyway,
what did Ninja's wife do?
Don't let people take ownership of you. Because people will do it. If you give people that much credit, and they don't deserve that much credit, okay? If you give them that much credit, they will take it. They will take that credit, and they're not going to leave any ounce for you. And I tell my little girl, it doesn't matter if that person doesn't like you. It doesn't matter if you don't have it takes to be in that club or whatever. It doesn't matter, because God has a purpose for you. He has a purpose for all of us. So this is my how angry I feel. But my point, I'm always changing my point. My point, what I wanted to say, I'm right here, so make sure you got all that. Because I always get agitated when I do these things. I get agitated because nobody's following me. I look at YouTube videos. I know some people are holding the camera for someone else, and that's awesome. But they also have some on a tripod, so. But they're staying stationary, not drawing any pictures. But they're stationary.
I ain't gonna have kids.
And some people try to do flips, which is funny. But
yeah, not the way we act.
What's gonna happen is, every black person who commits a crime, no matter what crime it is, even to the point where they can hold a gun at officer. And what's that officer supposed to do when you hold a gun?
Cool.
What is he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? Let the guy hold the gun? Okay, he's getting away.
Everything I know.
He's getting away.
Like, yes, everything I know, you will know too.
Yeah, really?
This knowledge to everyone in the world.
What if he happened to have done something to you, and the cop is gotten him and pinned him down,
for years,
and then he tried to get the cop's gun, and the cop ended up getting his gun, and then he got the guy's, he still have the other cop's gun. Let's make one cop, and he got the one cop's gun, and he tries to get the he runs, trying to shoot back.
Michael,
mind you, trying to shoot back at the cop. And what is the cop supposed to do? I don't think you see. What is the cop supposed to do? I used to do this all the time, so forgive me. What is the cop supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? Is he supposed to? Oh, there he is with my partner's gun.
I will say the girls have blonde.
I better let him go because I don't want to shoot him or anything because and he's shooting bullets right at the cop. The cop with the gun. He's shooting bullets at him. Mind you, he violated you. He violated you. It could be another black person. He violated. But the officer that shoots him because he's firing bullets. So you can even have a video that he's shooting bullets at the officer there, and you're going to hear the officer say, "Put it down, put it down." The officer still trying to scramble and get up. He doesn't have his weapon because the guy has it. And he kind of has to call for backup, I guess,
How dare you say I have value?
And, this
Alexa,
suspect has a gun. I mean, what more can a police officer do? I mean, they have the video cameras where, you see what's going on.
Diego,
it incriminate the cop as well as the criminal, And don't like even with the video cameras, and you see all this on play, and still, if he's shooting at the guys, the cop gets the best of him and shoot him.
Like chocolate covered.
So should that cop that shot the guy go to jail because
the cone ones are good.
Because he was
Diego.
Because the guy has his gun, should he go to jail now because of this? The guy has his gun. I mean not the guy but the guy that shot him, and the crook is shooting bullets at him. Should he go to jail? Should the guy that shot the criminal go to jail? Oh, he should because the guy is black. See, nobody would agree with that, especially if the person was being violated. The person that was violated, and she happened to be black, she's crying and stuff like that. But she say, I think the officer should go to jail because the guy's black and. Even though he violated me, it's okay because we've been violated all the time.
The government finds
I don't think that would be the same remark. Of a person that's been violated, they won't say that.
The Prime Minister saw his son.
But it's come across in my thinking like that. I mean, the guy had the police officer. He's wrestling with the police officer, and I don't know what you said, but that's called resisting arrest, and plus the guy had committed other crimes. He was not an unknown, an innocent person here. He wasn't innocent. If he was, and these things, maybe he went crazy, but still it'd be wrong. But still, he wasn't an innocent guy. That dude was not innocent.
I know that.
So, I mean, no one's innocent, right? But, like I said, no one's good, no, not even one. But, I know he's somebody's son. Okay, he's some mom's son, and I know that mom didn't say, I want my boy to be a
Exactly.
thug.
It would be the perfect
You
place
know,
for dates, but we ain't getting dates, so
and
it's good.
sometimes we fold in the circumstances of life, and
Shut up, Brittany. Who told you to look at
people people get in those situations where in life takes the best.
Oh,
Life
no,
says you
Brittany, I
can't
was
do
kidding.
this and you
I
can't
didn't
do
mean to
that,
be
and
mean
some
to you.
people. And here we are. We have our
Here, come
government,
here, you little piece of
our fair
garbage.
government
I
here,
love you, you little piece of garbage.
and I say that
Yes,
lightly.
you
A
are.
fair government,
Hey,
instead of saying, "Hey, mom, I'm going to educate you, and you're going to have a job and stuff like that," and you didn't have one before, and
Michael, stop reading.
and these
Your
could
eyes
be
are
young moms and they had babies, but they're black. So typically, you're a black person. So what can we do with them? Just throw money at them, and not a lot of money, just a little bit of money, just the money they can just survive with. Just to survive, get a loaf of bread or two, and and that's it. And keep doing this because we want their votes. That I mean that's the way I feel because I think that people they like that education, and
Wait, Michael.
and I'm gonna say they like not just good, they like good education. They got that education that
What would you like your structures to be?
that I mean I'm gonna say school. I learned a lot. How to write. I can't even understand my son's writing. None of my son's writing. A little girl, she's trying to write better. So, but
I know.
anyway, I mean,
I know. Okay.
really, I mean,
What'd you do?
it pains me.
What
Some
happened?
people don't even get out of that third grade
No.
mentality. I was in the third grade.
What'd you think?
When I
I've seen
stopped going to school, was in the third grade, and I'm still there, and the government throws money at them. And what's the best those people can do? The best those people can do is to,
Michael, what would you do?
Let me. Can you see this? I don't know if you can see this. I keep seeing a shadow there because of this, right? Shadow. It's a painting I got on velvet. But anyway, I think, and then their children have children.
So you give them plot armor.
And it's the same thing, because what are the children going to get? The same treatment. Oh, you have a child, so your child gonna have to go to these poorly schools, and you just remember to we love you, go for, and then the politician goes in those neighborhoods and say, I want your vote, and they done nothing for those people, nothing. I mean, obviously, they don't want to be where they are. I can't say that they want to be where they are, even for the food. And the Bible says, don't labor for food. So somebody would say, hey, I'm gonna pay you in food. No. Pay me.
This is graphs is almost sense.
And I do my own. I get my own shopping. You pay me, and I do my own shopping. But that's what happening. People.
Yo, this game that Zoma sent.
People.
Just wow.
Are getting just to the point where it's just not. Is what I'm saying. It's just dividing. It's dividing instead of bringing it together. And God said, bring it together. Bring it together. Now
Wait. So
now from this, you see more resentment from young people and from older white people that they may have had some strong feelings about black people in the past because they were raised that way to feel that way. And, you know, and so now they also showing their true colors. And why is that they show their true colors? Because now is the time to show your true colors. Everybody else is showing their true colors. You know, and as I said before, and as people know, this Black Lives Matter is the root from the old club that they had. And that went off the ground. I mean, they were doing some good things. I just slipped. Let me see. Trying to. I don't know if you see this.
I hope it flies, Ali. I hope it flies.
I just slipped.
The spider venom of a black widow can enter my bloodstream and I'd be fine.
Okay, he's talking. Well, anyway, it's rooted from the Black Panthers. And when I was watching a documentary of the Black Panthers, and they had some, you know, it was always a thing with the police because the police, the police were doing some stuff.
No, Bob.
And when the black people started fighting back with guns, that's when the parties they were just beating up black people. I don't know why they were beating them up, but they were just beating them up, and they were showing the true colors. I don't like you black people. I just don't like you black people. Go back, black people. Well, mind you, you know, people say, well, you brought us here. And go back. Truly, we are not, our ancestors were born in Africa, but we weren't, you know, we weren't. So when the person say go back to where you were, well, I wasn't there. I was born in Africa. And it's the same thing with, you know, when people got here, however means they got here, how some of the Spanish people got here, and how and how Chinese got here, and all these different races of people got here. They can say, well, you know, their kids can at least say, hey, I was born here. At least they can say that, but I couldn't do the legs, both legs.
Where does the airplanes dump
but
the poop?
Yeah, at least it can say. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to. Ooh, did it? Really?
It converts to the engine power.
Really like it reflects itself, right?
Like
But they can say, "Hey, I'm American," because that's why. You know, I think that's so crazy because black people got here, and it was originally for the black people because, you know, they were brought here as slaves, and here you go. It applies to every nationality. Now, truly, just to appease, you know, for the votes. I'm just hanging on the vote thing here. And, you know, really, if you set something, you want people to vote. You want to give people lineage and all that stuff. And you don't want to take that away. You want to give people lineage because you get votes. You figure you get votes. That's what politics. That's called politics. You know, playing politician. You know, playing the politics right there. I let this race of people do this, and they will vote for me. Yeah.
That's all work. That's all the work I do for today.
That's how it works. You know, and pretty soon you see other people Now,
Through the trees.
say people like the young people today, they seem in camaraderie with each other and stuff. I think that's nice. That's really nice. I'm not gonna be able to get the tip of the shoe, but that's okay. It's an ugly shoe. It's not really a good shoe. But you know,
Jay Dawson and Ryan.
still, I mean,
versus Tati Westbrook on the screen.
no one's gonna be singing "Kumbaya" with each other. You know, the racists are not gonna do that. There's gonna be true white people coming out and hatred, and you know, and this benefits the devil. The devil loves. He wants a race war. He wants people in a race war. You know, when I look at the camera, it doesn't seem like I'm doing anything, and you say, what in the world? And I'm not sure. I mean, if you have an enlargement on your screen, you can probably see, because I did that with the enlargement. Oh, that's what I'm doing. You know, because I didn't see it. I was like, what in the world am I doing in that corner right there? And couldn't see. But, you know, I'm in a fit of rage, and I lost my foot. And, you know, lots of people feel that way. You know, people, if you take it to this point where I've heard people say white lives matter, and, you know, what about the human race? The human people matter. We're all created in God's image inside. If you took all the, to tell you the truth, it's always trying to look for a difference, and there's varies of differences of what origin, you know, this person is. But truly, if let me do this first and show first, and that's kind of what I'm aiming at. And if I move this, sometimes it shuts off, but hopefully you can see it. If you can see it, it's angry. I'm angry. I don't know if I'm even looking at right there. I'm gonna try to see it where you so in the background. Not move myself. But anyway. So I'm angry at what's going on. I don't know if everyone feels the same way I do with the anger, but I am angry with it. And I know it's in God's hands. It hasn't escaped him. It hasn't escaped God. God's not saying, well, I didn't know this was going to happen, you know. And my camera has just decided to say, well, you know, I'm going to. Okay, good. So, you know, and a lot of people are. It's not just the whites. It's also some blacks that are mad. And I'm sure this got all races that are mad. And those who believe in him and say this whole stuff is ridiculous, because it's not about black, it's not about white, it's not about Chinese, it's not about red, black, you know, blue, you know, blue people. But, you know, it's not about colors of the skin, because that's just the appearance. I'm sure guys can say, oh, you know, that's an attractive girl, and she's beautiful. Look at how she looks on the outside. She has her hair put together. Her figure is nice. Her face is beautiful. And then when they get in a relationship, he finds like, oh, this girl is terrible. Because inside, her personality is awful. You know, it's terrible. And, you know, he figures, why get in this relationship in the first place? Yeah, she was good, beautiful, and I wanted her, but, man, I didn't want that. Did Elias leave?
Elias in the room.
Oh, Elias!
Yes?
Your father called. So, you know, I have to do, sometimes I have to put my voice out there. So anyway, it's, you know, inside, if you do something like say, wait, you cut open a human being and this human being and slab her all over and took the flesh of the person off. Took the flesh of the person. You will find that everyone has a heart on the left side. You find that we have ribs, a rib cage. We have a skeleton that looks the same. Why are we looking at the color of the skin when it's just a minor detail of the person? It doesn't make you alive. It doesn't do anything but gives you a color, just like flowers. I will say flowers do come in different, even though they're flowers, their classification is flowers, they still come, some come with large petals, some come with small petals, some with, big leaves or big stems. Some come with little stems, some have thorns, some do not. Some thorns are, some of their stems are sticky. It's all kinds of flowers out there, and their shapes and they're different, but they still have the same components to classify them to say that they are classifications is a flower. And we are not doing that. What we're looking at is the X, not the X. We're looking at the appearance of the person and judging from there. That makes a complete person. That's what this person is, and this is what this person's all about. This is not what I'm all about. Okay, this is not what I'm all about. And I hate to be in a mix. I was, sometimes you are mistaken. You're going in the store and they see another black person coming behind you and it says, oh, y'all together. No, I'm not together with this person. Sometimes I say, are you serious? So not to say that person is bad or whatever. I just hate it when people make, they don't look at the person. You're not looking at the person. And I agree, some people don't have time to really look at the person. But I make a reaction like, you don't see me, I'm not with them, I came in here first, I can be ignorant like that. But when I'm first coming into our church, and it's predominantly white, and a lot of people didn't look at you in the face, didn't really look at who your husband is, and didn't really look at, just truly, they only had a few black people, I'm gonna say about 20 to the 200 that they had over there. I don't know, maybe more blacks, I don't know, but it was like that, and excuse me, and it was, you had to keep saying, no, this guy is not my husband. And because I'm talking to a gentleman and he's black, and a white person comes in and say, well, that's your husband. No, that's not my husband. So, and you sometimes you like get to the point where I come to every Sunday and you see me, you probably see me, and you probably want to sometimes they act the way like, but it gotten better. It's gotten better through Christ. It's gotten better. It was socially acceptable back then. Okay? And it was all you could say that that a lot of white people went through the family where they would say black people are this and black people are that and all that stuff, and they probably they still have that inside of them. Not to say they believe that, but is still there, and because they were
Oh yeah,
raised like that. And a
did
friend
you
of
like date
mine,
for a while?
she told me, she says, yeah, I'm gonna say two friends. She
Hmm.
said, my family did not do not accept black
Oh
people,
yeah, that's true.
and
Yo, I
the
really
other
like this
friend
Gabby
said, yeah,
Hanna
my family
conflict track,
taught
and
that
I
black
gotta tell
people
you,
were like this, and
she makes some
and
creative
stuff
moves
like
too,
that.
though.
But
Although they're not as like
I'm saying, all
goes
these
crazy.
the black
People like,
people get
you know,
mad, and
oh,
you
they're
can't
out to get,
change.
they're out to get me.
That was ignorant.
YouTube
What those
cares
people
about me
were
enough to share them, baby.
looking at, they
No,
were
he's
looking
looking
at
for
ignorant. They
videos.
were told different stuff. They were told that
Why do blacks
these
have problems with
people
saying
were part ape.
using with us
You know,
saying nigga?
you don't know
We made the
what
word for
um, what was being told to those young people back then. Ooh, I'm just putting down my tripod. You don't know what the young people were being told back then. Young people were being told that, you know, black people are really different. They're really different. They're so different. It's a shame how different they are. Look at them. Look at them. And some people, when as I was going, I mean, you've seen a lot of. I mean, I'm sure it was like that before. Slaves, and back then they had slaves, and then right alongside them was their children. Their children were like mixed, okay, because some of the guys were taking advantage of, the slave herd that they have. They call them herd, and taking advantage of the females, and the females get pregnant for their slave master, and no one's seen anything unusual than this. Now the women were not allowed to do that. The women couldn't do that. They couldn't. They probably seen a slave guy and they said, "Woo, oh, he is something else. Ooh, look at him. Oh, I'm getting hot. I think I need more lemonade." But they couldn't do the same thing. They couldn't take advantage of the slave man, and because of come on, if they did, come on, you could see. But so back then, but the men, they can have all the fun, even the slave guys' hands, which were white. They can take advantage and take advantage of the women and have babies by them, and even our presidents, our ex-presidents, took advantage of that, and done all those things. That's what they did. Back then they did it. They not did it to the slaves, but they also did it to the Indians, and did it, took advantage of it. Okay, they took advantage of, hey, I have ownership here. This is mine, so I'm gonna do it. And so, and people seen it, but it's not like it didn't happen. It's and I see a lot of resentment from even in a lot of black people who are light, and they look like they're Pepper, no, they look like they're mostly white to me. They have their hair, pretty hair, and they're like, oh, and I hate this. Yes, I despise these white people, and really, you